first and foremost, I'm excited about this. I'm excited about the aesthetics. I'm excited about the aesthetics. Like, this is a new vibe. I always got to shout out my main man, B Visuals. Why? Just because he's the guru behind every single thing that people witness when they tune into this podcast. So look, check it out. This is the Unselfish Behavior Podcast. You already know what it is. It is yet another episode, and you already know what the focus is. The focus is bringing on the top LA-based influencers and creatives, and we inspire and empower through storytelling and through sharing different perspectives. Today, we got a very, very, very special guest. This brother I've known about for some years now. We've obviously known people in the same circle. We're from the same city. That is the best city in the world, just in case anybody out there really got it fucked up. We represent LA right here. Representing South Central LA, I got my main man, DJ L-E-E in the building. On the Unselfish Behavior Podcast.
Thanks for having
Welcome,
me,
my guy. I appreciate you, bro. My
Teamwork.
man. How you feeling? What you doing? What's going on with you? How was your day, nigga? What you eating?
Man, what I eat today? I had a grilled chicken Caesar salad.
I ain't never started like that.
On the real. What else I had?
Come on.
Baked potato.
Come on.
You know, with some toppings. Yeah, come on.
Come on, now.
Homemade at that.
Come on. I missed out on one yesterday.
Yeah, man. And then, you know, I got my medicine ball. Keep the voice right.
Gotta have that. Gotta have that.
That's all I ate today, man. I skipped breakfast. And I hate skipping breakfast.
My God.
It's childish.
I skip breakfast faithfully every single day, and it's not even intentional.
Oh, man.
It's just like, nigga, I'm not hungry. Like, I wake up and I'm not, I know it's bad, bro.
It ain't about being hungry. You need your nutrients, man.
Right when I wake up, too.
You doing yourself a disservice.
Even if it's a little smoothie or something.
Yeah, get that.
Get that smoothie in me.
Get you some carbs, man.
Yeah, something.
Get your day going.
Something.
So you feel a lot better.
It's crazy because I've been like that literally since I've been little. Your boy King Q just don't fuck with breakfast, nigga. Like,
dang,
I remember, man, what? Since I've been little, bro. Like, they'll give me breakfast in the morning at school. I'm turning that down. I was the kid at school. I don't know if you remember, bro. Yeah, I'm sure you remember. 90s babies are in the building right now. Do you remember them thick
86.
ass? Listen to me. 96,
86.
You still a 90s baby though, nigga. You know who Doug Funny is. You know who Hey Arnold is. You know who Cousin Skeeter is. You know who Amanda Bynes is. Can we go on and on? Like, you already know. You know the deal. Right. So when I was
Wild and Crazy Kids.
Come on now, talk about it, right? But what I'm saying is, when we was in school, bro, I'm not sure if you remember them big ass boards of fucking lunch tickets, them yellow ones.
Yeah,
them yellow joints. I was the kid that was giving them motherfuckers out in line just because I didn't want no breakfast in the morning.
Oh, see, you
and
got
then
it
breakfast
backwards.
used to be slamming. Yeah, you was taking nigga shit.
Nah, I was selling them.
Come on, in elementary. I got them things for you, 25 cents.
Oh nah, man, mine was like $5.
$5?
Come on, Jack.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah.
Huh? Entrepreneur in the blood?
Always been like that.
I love it. It's funny. I always share a story when I was in elementary school. My moms did not give us money to eat at school, right? So you had the school little, I'm not sure what you would call it. What did you call them motherfucking places? You would have like you'd have obviously the cafeteria, and then you would have like the student store? Student store. There you go. You'd have the student store, right? And you could buy little snacks and shit. We'll ask our mom for money. And she would tell us, I'm not giving you no money. Y'all got to make y'all own money at school. So what she would do is she would go to fucking Smart and Final over there on Pico and Western.
Okay.
We'll go up in there. She'll get us a box of popsicles, right? I'm sorry, not popsicles, lollipops. And she'll give us all one, right? Boom, 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 boom. She'll give us like probably 10, 15. Go sell them for 25 cents at school, and that's going to be your lunch money. So, like, I think unintentionally my mom was breeding an entrepreneur without even knowing it. So my whole life, bro, all the way up to when I was in high school, I'm making $80 to $90 a day. And then my mom taught me how to shoot dice when I was in 9th grade. So now I'm flipping my money. That's a story for another day. Huh? We're going into it. We're going into it. But we got to get into meat and potatoes. We got my main man, DJ L-E-E in the building, representing LA. I always like to jump in.
Made in Los Angeles.
Made in Los Angeles. Come on now. It's the best city in the world. I tell people that all the time. You got to understand it. And we're talking about real LA. No disrespect to nobody else. No disrespect.
Not the outskirts.
No disrespect. We're not talking about the outskirts of LA.
Nah, bro. It's not disrespect. Just call a spade a spade.
It's what it is. It's what it is.
323-213.
That part.
310-424. That's it. That's all I'm rolling with.
When niggas start getting on the 626 and the 818, I don't even know what that is. I don't know where you
562, y'all can keep that.
Y'all keep that. We don't know where that's at. So my main man right here representing South Central LA.
Yep.
You are a DJ, right? And one thing that I want to try to get the audience to understand is the depths and the insight of what that lifestyle looks like behind just being a DJ. Because I feel like that's very vague. Right? I feel like DJs are creatives. DJs are, in a sense, producers. They have an ear for music to where the average person wouldn't have. They control the energy of people. They are observant of hundreds of thousands of people right at one time. Talk to us a little bit about, starting off, We already know what you do, what you stand for, why you do what you do, and how you got started in doing what you do.
Man, I stand for fairness.
Love it.
I definitely stand for that, and I'm a fun DJ. You know, when you book me to DJ something, it's more so of an experience and not just like execution of a job.
There we go.
You know, because sometimes I've been in situations with corporate sponsors or, you know, what have you, where I couldn't DJ. Mm-hmm. I was more so background music, and everybody around me like, well, it's a check. But like, that's cool. But to me, it's bigger than that, because like, I really need people to understand and know why I'm here and what I do and why I do it and why I got here, you know, because of my skill set. But yeah, I definitely stand for fairness. You know, I always want to educate up and coming DJs or DJs that think they made it. Yeah. Like, let them just like give them help, because like, we don't know everything. And oftentimes you kind of wish you had people to tell you certain things, but like, you know, people don't. Right. And so you just want to make sure you stay on your P's and Q's and not your S's and U's.
That part. I like that. Come on, man. Play on words.
And then, come on, Jack.
Now.
DJ.
Come on now. DJ, LA, that's that type of lingo, huh? We just here with it.
Yep. And how I got started.
Yes, sir.
I got started in college. Me and my roommate, we used to host parties, throw parties, and one time we threw a party and the party was unsuccessful. It flopped. You know, it was like a handful of people there. But because of integrity, we still paid the DJ. And I thought to myself, like, dang, man, I'm on the wrong end of the stick. Like, I need to get on this DJ tip. So the guy that we had that was our DJ, he lived in the same dorm room as me. Dorm as me. And his dorm room was across the hall from mine.
Right on.
So I would go over there, practice, ask him questions and stuff like that. And then when I graduated, I just kind of left it alone, right? Then I just started promoting in LA, just getting my name out there, being on the scene, moving back home and stuff like that from Virginia. And then what happened? How did I get back into? So crazy. I got on a phone call, like on a 4-way call. It was my homie Ian from from high school, DJ Artistic, and my other homie Dunny. And we were all on the phone. We were trying to plan like this HBCU event. But Ron was a DJ, and like he just got back from FAMU. So me and him, we hit it off. We like lived not too far from each other at the time. And so I would just practice with him. You know, when he was practicing, I would practice. We would like give each other tips and different things like that. But he was more advanced than what I was at the time. Even though we had both just started, he had like way more.
He knew a little bit more starting off.
Exactly. So what happened was, because I'm pretty popular in the city, people started to say like, oh, you DJ now? I'm all like, I think so. Right. So they would call me to DJ. They would book me to DJ, but I would bring him. Because I didn't really know what I was doing, but I wasn't going to leave a bag on the table. Right. We about to get it. Exactly. So, entrepreneur mentality. Yep. So let me bring my homie. He going to DJ. You going to get a DJ that's way better than me. Me and him, we both getting paid, but now I'm getting paid to learn how to DJ.
And they don't even know it.
Come on, Jack.
That's the type of confidence that I love, though. I love hearing stories to where it's like you have to be prepared for the opportunity. Even whether or not, like, even if you're in that scenario, you weren't even prepared, but you were willing to say yes anyway. I just made a video today centered around that type of shit, to where it's like, stop saying no or stop running away from things that are attached to fear. Right. I'm sure that wasn't like an easy situation for you. I'm sure it's like some fear behind that. Like, okay, yeah, whatever the case may be, they think I'm X, Y, and Z, but I'm going to say yes to it anyway, come up with a strategic plan, bring my homeboy in. We both getting paid, but you literally are paying me to train. Yeah. That's brilliant.
Because at the same time, regardless if it's me or not, you still need a DJ.
That part.
You still need music. Sir. So let me provide you with somebody that's way better, and I'm still acquiring that skill set.
Yeah, you're in an economy proof field. Like,
you think so?
What? Are you kidding me? At what point in life is music ever not going to be needed for an experience?
True enough.
Like, when? Like, it never has been.
But unfortunately, bro, some people really don't understand that music makes something what it is. Weddings, you know, when you go to a wedding, the average person don't expect good wedding food. If the wedding is at a hotel or a venue, you can't have outside caterers.
Shit,
There's not a high expectation for wedding food. You know, you're gonna have food, but it's not that high expectation, right? Now, when it comes to music, you gotta nail it, because the preacher could mess up on the couple's names. They could start late. Like I said, the food could be bad. All these other things, but if the music is good and people have a good time,
that's what people gonna remember.
Exactly, and that's why I always create an experience. You know, I always go above and beyond. Always very charismatic on the mic, making sure my personality shows not only through the mic but through my music. You know, and I let the music work for me. I don't work for the music, Jack.
I love it. I love it. What makes you a DJ? I know a lot of people. With me being an event producer as well, I know a lot of DJs. But I see a distinct difference between certain DJs to where I'm like, okay, this person is clearly just here for the bread. This person is over there dancing and shit, like with the people. Like they're creating an energy beyond just pressing a button. What's the difference between DJs in your eyes and button pushers? What's that look like? Come on, talk about it, huh? I had to go there. Because look, it's an observation that I see, and I know if I see it, I know a lot of other people see it as well.
Yeah, you're
and
not
with you being in that world, I want to know what that looks like.
Man, a real DJ is someone that's first and foremost professional. You know, you show up on time, you have your gear together.
Right.
You know, and you understand what's being asked of you.
Right on.
But you also know how to please your stakeholders. Which is the person that booked you, the event planner.
Right on.
You know how to tap into the venue owner.
Come on.
The venue manager, making sure you do a well enough job for them to say, hey, you know, I like this kid. You know, being professional and courtesy to everybody you come in contact with.
Right.
From security to the sound team,
top to bottom.
The bartenders, even the parking lot attendant, bro. This is just things I've learned over the years as a DJ versus a button pusher. Like, they just get booked because they may have, you know, X amount of followers on social media.
Got you.
You know, they may bring a handful of nice young ladies, but like, that's it. They really don't curate a vibe. You know, I could go a whole party without playing one Beyonce song, one Drake song, one Future song, one the Baby song, and rock that shit, because that's what I do.
That part.
Like, I just know how to grab music, bro. People forget about songs, and people just want to stick to the same playlist and just press this button and make it go. And unfortunately, that's not the case. And also, man, real DJs, you know how to read a crowd.
There we go.
You know, we just not set in our ways. And I mean, I try not to speak for everybody, but more so just speaking from my personal experience and the core DJs that are around me. And we're for the people, and it's about the music. You know, the music is bigger than me.
Absolutely.
You know, I wouldn't be a DJ if it wasn't music.
Absolutely.
If it wasn't for the artist, if it wasn't for the producer, the engineer, the A&R that put the love behind it. But, you know, like, I wouldn't be doing, like, we all need each other.
Absolutely.
And button pushers, like, I just feel like they just literally pressing a button and just, they don't even beat match. It ain't no scratching. It's no art behind it, bro.
There we go. That's exactly what I'm about to talk about. DJing is an art form.
1000%.
Right? Talk to me about how much work goes into actually being a student of music behind the scenes, right? What does that look like? And then how do you implement your own levels of creativity into what you do? Right? Why is DJ LEE different than any other DJ? What's his process look like? I'm gonna go there. I gotta go there. I want to know what that look like.
Man, it's just the energy, and like I keep saying, with me, it's a whole experience.
Right? You create an experience.
It's literally an experience. Like, no matter what's going on, like the lights go off. It could be 5 DJs up there. I'll do everything to make sure you remember my set.
There we go.
Just because I gotta, you know, I know what to do.
Right.
And to prepare and have like great music, first and foremost, to be a good student, you gotta have discipline.
Come on.
And
talk about that.
Not only DJs, but people in general, you know, that's one characteristic that a lot of people lack in life. So they're gonna lack that in other places in life too.
Show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the discipline and do what it takes to bring in somebody else's gear just so you can see how they think with their music, with their set, Traveling. Okay, this is what they listen to over here. Okay, this is what they listen to
There
in
you go.
Miami.
There we go.
And then tap into other DJs. Y'all share music.
Right.
You know, and you just be humble.
Yeah.
And just take notes. You know, they got Shazam for you. You can open up your notepad and write like, okay, I hear this song. Now I know 5 other songs that could go with that.
There we go.
Now, how could I take this song to stay at this level or go a step higher and then higher than that? Because like oftentimes when I'm in my zone, bro, I'll be like 6-8 songs ahead. Like it's like telling the future almost.
Come on.
Like I can make you feel how I want you to feel. 1,000%, bro.
And that's based
but
off
I'm
the
a
energy of the
professional,
crowd.
and this is what the fuck I do, bro.
That part.
Like this is something God has instilled me. This is like a
love
gift
it. Love it.
that it was a hustle that turned into a gift. And I'm just like I'm being thankful for it because I was disobedient. I'm not gonna lie.
And we all have been there.
But now I'm just like tapping into it, and I was in a position to leave my job like probably like 2-3 years ago.
Love it.
And never look back.
Love it.
Never look back.
We need more people like you. And that right there, what you just said, is exactly why this is a guest-based podcast. They can hear my stories all day. But once you have people out there looking for something, we're surrounded by people, bro, that's looking for answers. There's people out here that feel as though they have a special calling, and they know that they're gifted, they know that they're talented, but they're not trusting it.
They gotta tap into themselves, bro.
There we go. Talk about that.
They gotta believe in them, and that was like my whole motto for 2019. All the content I post, like if you look at my social media from January, actually December 31st,
right on,
till now, you just see like the whole thing of just believing in you and just having that trust in yourself.
Right on.
Like just understanding God has put certain tools around you and shaped you and molded you to be exactly where you're supposed to be at right now for this moment.
There we go.
And this time. But we get in our own way and we're afraid to accept that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that doesn't help us elevate, you know, and then we start to ask why. We start to get discouraged and we don't believe in ourselves, bro. And the answers be within ourselves. It just be right there. We just got to dig deep and say, like, this is what I'm going to go with. And I saw a meme the other day, you know, and it said, like, you need to listen to your intuition more because that's God talking to you.
Absolutely. I firmly believe that.
And if you do that, when you walk in what you should, you know, walking the line you're supposed to walk, like things fall in place. The money comes. Like I know it's hard to tell people that when they don't see that, you know, they can't see beyond the problems of today. They can't see beyond the 9 to 5. They can't see beyond the night job. Like just know, like if you stay 10 toes and you stay focused and you stay disciplined and you stay humble, like towards your craft or towards, you know,
towards what you're doing. Yeah.
What you're doing is going to happen. It's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
I always say.
We just give up. Lack of discipline.
My motto, bro, is it's already written.
Come on.
It's already written. I say that all the time, bro. It's already written. And the, like you said, the humility, the consistency, the patience is huge because we're in a generation where everybody wants everything tomorrow.
Nah, man.
Right? You have to understand this shit. How long you been DJing?
9 years, bro.
And at what point did you really start seeing true shifting? Like, damn, I'm in a room with so-and-so, or damn, I'm like, this vehicle has taken me here. At what point did that hit you to where it's like, oh, shit?
I think probably year 4.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, year 4. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I did DJ as a hobby. I had a 9 to 5. I had jobs.
Absolutely.
But, like, for me to say, like, oh, this could really be something. Oh, I just got booked to do this with VH1. Oh, I just got booked for this fashion show, you know, and they calling me. Just because of not who I know, but who know me.
There we go.
You know,
you start to build relationships while you're walking on the journey of being in your purpose, right? People see you.
Plant the seed.
So now you ain't got to reach out to nobody because people see you in your craft. And with you being a DJ, I can imagine with you being an entertainer, that's also a form of entertainment. Do you get that element when you on stage as a DJ?
Hell yeah, it's part of my show.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, when I go out,
it's part of my show.
You leave me hanging, bro.
I'm sorry, Jack.
Give me some juice, nigga.
I'm sorry,
Give
Jack.
me some juice. So what I'm saying is this, bro. When I go to the club or when I go to a lounge or when I go somewhere to where the DJ is like, you could feel their energy, bro. That shit is entertaining.
Yeah.
And back in the day, as we know, the early 80s, the early 90s, the art form of being a DJ was really about the scratching. It was really about, you know what I'm saying? It was really about the mixing. It was about the scratching. How do you think it's evolved away from that? Because you don't get too much of that now from DJs. Is that a rarity? Is that something that's kind of like looked at as for DJs? It's kind of like old school. We don't do that no more. How's that looked at?
Not for DJs, but for the consumer, for the people that participate in these events.
Right on,
bro. They don't care.
They don't fuck with that, huh?
It's all like, what does it sound like?
Yeah.
Are you playing the songs I want to hear?
Right.
Is it being played in a timely manner?
There we go.
And could I look good on my Instagram or Snapchat story?
Yeah.
Are you playing the best verse?
Yeah.
Like the scratching and the blending, people don't care about it. But when I do certain events, I do bring the turntables because it just adds that more stamp,
Absolutely.
that grit, that like, oh, you a DJ.
Right.
Like, perfect example. I literally just got back from Oakland, California. I DJ Afrotech. Shout out to Blavity. Mm-hmm. And when they got the equipment for me, it was turntables. Mm-hmm. And the two guys, the sound guys at Guitar Center, they were all like, oh yeah, whoever this guy is, like, he's not fucking around. He the real deal.
Yeah, there we go.
Because nobody's like asking for this like on their rider. Like, a lot of people, they have the controllers and the mixers for convenience. Don't get me wrong. Like, I welcome it because I know time change, technology is just more convenient. Mm-hmm. It takes up less space. It's easier to set up. Right. It makes sense. It's convenient, bro.
Right.
But at the same time, I need my turntables.
Right.
I need to get on that vinyl. I need my fingers to be on vinyl.
There we go. There we go. That just brought a smile to my man's face. I need my fingers to be on that vinyl.
Yeah, man.
That's a different vibe.
Yeah, and people respect you a lot more.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Yeah. I love it. You mentioned wealth. You mentioned not wealth, but you mentioned money, which I associate with wealth. I think it's obviously a difference between being rich and wealthy.
1000%.
When you talk about wealth, I think about generational passing. That's what I think about when I think about wealth.
Same.
What do we need as a people? And when I say as a people, I'm talking about young black entrepreneurs. This generation of people. I know that you've seen entrepreneurship in the black community is booming right now, and it has been for the last few years, which I love, by the way. But how do we start to focus more on the generational wealth aspect of getting money and not just getting money and spending it on shit that's actually liabilities and not assets?
Simple answer, bro. Life insurance.
There we go.
That's it. Mm-hmm. How different would your life be if you had a great aunt, great uncle, or auntie that passed away,
you on something,
and you had 20,000 in the bank off GP, and your parents were good stewardships over finances and passed that knowledge along to you. So generational wealth comes from being able to transfer capital, and capital not only being the money and assets, but the knowledge. It's a lot of things I know. Obviously, well, I shouldn't say obviously, but I went to college. I was a business major. When I graduated from high school, honor roll student, but I've always been into numbers. I've always been into financing.
Right.
But that started at home. See, what happened was,
talk about it.
My mother, she was a school teacher. And so growing up during the summer, she used to force me to read books, write her book reports. So by the time I was in the 6th grade, I was reading at like a 9th, 10th grade level.
Nice.
But I hated reading. I still hate reading to this day.
Yeah.
But you throw some math in front of me, you throw some calculus in front of me, some AP statistics, some math analysis, some trigonometry, some statistics or whatever. Like it get done in like 10 minutes.
Love it.
Like
we're the opposites.
Calculator,
bro.
like yeah.
We're the opposites. Big dog. so you the brother I'd have been sitting next to during the test. Like, yo, my man, help your boy out. I'm over here struggling on the math.
Oh no, we would have been cheating, bro. We would already have figured out before we went into class. We would already have figured out the whole game plan.
For me, I've been reading I love reading, and it's not even from the. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I love reading from the knowledge aspect of it. I love learning new things, right? But obviously, one of the best ways to learn is through reading. I don't like the actual process of reading and sitting down. I associate that shit with being boring. It doesn't stick for me. So I usually get audio books, and I usually get the audio book and then get the hard copy book and then just follow along while the audio book is going.
Yeah,
right?
That don't work for me.
That don't work for you either?
Nah, I don't have the time to just sit there and read something. Like even on my phone, bro.
Right.
It just doesn't translate for me. I'm better off like talking to somebody and getting the actual knowledge. I'd rather go have a Q&A with the author.
Right.
And get a depth understanding. But that's how I was in school too. Like
that's dope though.
In college, I didn't study.
Yeah.
I didn't study. I would go to class. I would ask questions. I would do my work, my homework, and I would go to the professor's office after hours and pick their brain. So that way I was way more prepared for when the test came along, because I could articulate what the lessons were without having to read the material.
Do you think parents should embrace allowing kids' learning abilities to kind of be tailored around what works for them, opposed to being in a school system? And I know I'm taking you on a complete fucking turn.
Okay, it's all good.
But this is just how my brain works. It went straight to kids. I'm like, yo, when I hear you say that, I embrace that. I love that. I love the fact that this form of learning didn't work for you, but it can work for somebody. But obviously, growing up in the school system, especially the public school system, you don't have a choice. Everybody's forced to learn the same way. And if you're not able to sit down and stay focused, then they associate you with being ADHD and these different labels and stigmas that they have, especially in the Black and brown community. Do you think that parents, especially in this generation, these younger parents, right, should embrace more of their kids being able to do what works for them? I think we're in an age right now to where millennials are in charge of the culture. Right? Would you agree? The youth and millennials are in charge of the movement, right? So for you, you're a millennial. We young. We saying, look, we breaking the mold. We don't want to work a 9 to 5 and just get a 401k and die. We're looking to actually do the things we love, right? So my question, and staying on track, do you think that parents today should embrace their kids learning on their own kind of standard, or do you think a form of learning should be forced upon students? What do you think?
First and foremost, I'm not a parent, so I
know you're not, but I think still got that. You know what I'm saying?
My honest opinion is no. Yeah. The reason why it's no is because as you get older, some things I was uncomfortable with as a child, right, I'm comfortable with as an adult. But if I had things my way as a child, I wouldn't have had that experience to prepare me for certain things as an adult. It's just like children want to stay up late. You know, obviously your parents know better than what, like, we just like, nah, I want to watch this show. But your parents know
they know what's best for you.
Exactly. If you go to sleep at a certain time, you'll be more alert for the following day. You'll be more attentive. You'll be able to focus more. You'll be more active and different things like that. So you got to play with both, but at the same time, man, you need experience from everything. Like, you got to take a dip from everything, because you just can't say, oh, well, this is the only way that works, and what if one way is unavailable for you?
I agree.
Perfect example. Y'all ready? Y'all watching this? Y'all tapped in?
We tapped in.
Now, fast forward, what if the only way you make money is from Instagram? What if your business solely relies on Instagram? It relies your open and close time, your contact, your DMs. That's the only way people could book you. That's the only way people can communicate with you. This is just your one channel learning, your one channel of networking, your one channel. Well, what if Facebook decide to shut down Instagram?
Shut that shit down.
What you gonna do?
Your whole business is done.
Well, it's over for you. So this is why you gotta diversify.
Yep.
You gotta be tapped in with Facebook.
Yep.
You gotta be tapped in with Twitter.
Yep.
You gotta be tapped in with Reddit. You gotta be tapped in with YouTube,
LinkedIn,
LinkedIn.
Yep.
Your emails. That's the most important part of marketing.
Come on.
In my contract, when I do certain events, if it's a RSVP event, you don't pay for entry. It's in my contract to say I need those emails. So that way, when I have an event, I could add them to my.
There we go.
Come on, Jack.
There we go.
So certain things like that goes to show, if you only stick with one thing and one thing only, you miss other opportunities.
Love it.
So same thing as a child, you know, you want to introduce them to as many different ways of learning as possible, so that way they could get comfortable with stuff, because the last thing you want is just rolling with this one way and they get to high school and they're forced to use another way of learning, and they can't do it, and now they're a problem in the class. The school's not for me. They become discouraged, low self-esteem, depression, anxiety, blah blah blah, all because they weren't introduced to a different way of learning. You know, if you just show somebody this is how you get the answer on a calculator. Why show them how to write it out?
Absolutely.
When we was little, you know, long division.
Absolutely.
That's why I said, you know, that's one way and what they're comfortable with. Like, that's cool. That could be like the starter. That could be your point guard, but like you gotta finesse them.
What's the pros and cons for the educational system with college? Because for me, I was always one of those students to where it was like, I've always had the mindset to where it's like, man, being in the class listening to a lecture just ain't for me. Like, I just don't have that type of attention span to where it's like, I'm gonna sit here. I'm, like you said earlier, I'm way better. I love to learn to where I can see what's happening. Just show me what's happening, and then I'll pick it up like that, and then I got it. But sitting there taking notes, and I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep, big dog.
Okay.
What's the pros and cons to college? A lot of people feel like, you know, it's a business, and you just go just to sign up for debt. But obviously, you get education that comes with it. What's your experience?
90% pros. 90% pro. First off, when you're talking about the classroom setting, college is different because you're learning about stuff that you want to learn.
You're interested in.
Exactly.
Yep.
So if you're interested in broadcasting,
right?
If you're interested in fashion,
if
you're interested in how the body works, you know, if you're interested in how the mind works, interested in music, this is what you're studying. This is what you pick.
That's right.
You know, now of course you got your prereqs, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're feeding your brain to be able to have all this knowledge and just to walk through life, like being able to navigate and figure it out with the knowledge that you have, you know. And it's just the networks, like is huge, bro. I can't tell you how many times I go somewhere and people show me love just because I went to a HBCU.
Off the strength.
What? Every time.
What school you go to, bro?
Norfolk State University.
I love
yeah,
it, bro.
Norfolk, Virginia. Behold the green and gold.
That,
act like
that?
you know.
Huh?
Yeah.
Say it like that.
Class of 08,
say it with your chest there, nigga.
Yeah.
Huh? I ain't mad
For
at
real.
it. Yes,
Class
sir.
of 08.
I love it.
But homecoming, oh man, it's just a different experience. You just get to talk shit to people, and it's just like always an inside joke no matter what.
Right.
Always a good icebreaker.
Love it.
So many doors have been open for me just because I was in that arena, even as a DJ. You know, if a HBCU themed party is thrown, if you didn't go to HBCU, chances are you not on that list to get booked for the gig.
That part.
You know, and just being able to pass down tradition and knowledge of our culture, of what we make it. Cons, I mean, shit. It just like the con for me was just the time. You know, obviously, you know, college was 4 years.
Right.
But if I didn't go to college right out of high school, I probably was doing something I didn't have no business doing.
Gotcha.
You know, I just, it's just time. But what's funny is everybody that, like, literally everyone that talked down about me going to college, talked down about me going to school in Virginia, like, discouraged me about that. Guess what?
Come on.
They in college now.
Come on.
Nice school.
Ain't that something?
Catching up, picking my brain. It's cool, but you know, you could have did that 10 years ago.
Absolutely. Ain't that crazy?
I mean, shit, that's life.
How important is it for the black culture, especially black kids, to embrace going to a HBCU?
You got to.
There you go.
You got to.
I love it. Talk about that.
Because it just molds you, and there's certain things you get from an HBCU that you would get nowhere else in the world.
Like what?
I don't care if you go to a small HBCU or a larger HBCU like my school. Camaraderie, bro. You know, like anytime I go somewhere, I got connects everywhere in this state, bro.
Come on.
Everywhere. Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, the whole DMV.
Right.
Houston.
Right.
You name it. I can't say the pros and cons of going to a PWI, but I know a lot of my friends that did go to those schools, they wish they had the opportunity to go to a HBCU just for the authenticity and just the legacy and the core experience. Soul Food Thursdays, like nobody would never understand Soul Food Thursday if you didn't go to a HBCU.
Love it.
Just the battle of the bands.
Come on.
The educated arguments we would have in the dorm living room.
Wow.
Like boys versus girls type stuff, and just like being there for different people when they lose family members. You know, us looking out for each other when people go home for the weekend, you get in rides of Walmart and stuff like. You don't forget people like that.
Love it.
You don't forget the stuff like that. I can't say people didn't do that at PWIs, but I'm just going off of my experience at a black college, traveling to other black colleges.
Come on,
it's cracking.
Come on.
It's cracking. I can't tell you all my road trips to Howard, my road trips to A&T.
Come on.
You know, Elizabeth City down there, like it's
lit.
Come on, man. And then I was from California, so that was like the icing on the cake, man.
There we go.
I would do it all over again for sure.
I love it.
1,000%.
I'm gonna switch gears a little bit because
let's do it.
I got to jump in, and I love the fact that you are you a talker, you a communicator, you somebody who can hold a conversation. For me, I'm thinking about the influence of LA behind creatives, and I think about the most influential people in our city.
Okay.
Obviously, we have the late great Nip Hussle, who, you know, rest his soul. His influence was so heavy on everybody in the city.
The world, bro.
Everybody in the world.
The world.
And but the city, just walking around in the city of LA in particular for that first couple of weeks, it felt like everybody lost a personal blood brother. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally how I felt. I felt an emptiness that I've never felt for a celebrity.
That void.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was a void, something's missing. I literally felt like I just lost a family member. What was his influence like while he was living on you? I know that you've worked with him and his team. How did you get that start, and what was his influence like for you when he was here?
All right, let's go with how it got started. I used to work at a rental car agency, and then I got promoted to car sales division, and I sold him a car. And we just hit it off like out the gate, like just was like shooting the shit. You know, you buying a car, it's a process. It's
Absolutely.
Not like buying a pair of shoes.
You ain't in and out.
So we talked about music, but I was very intentional in my conversation with him. And I did not let him know I was a DJ. So I just let him thought like, you know, I know a couple of mutual homies, you know, I grew up in the area, went to Westchester. But he knew I was intelligent. Right. And one of the first things he like told me what he liked about me. This is like within my first day of meeting him was my spirit discernment.
Love it.
And he picked up on that. I was like, oh shit, like this nigga tapped in.
Yeah, he tapped in.
Because I grew up in the church and I know what that means. You know what I mean? And for him to pick that quality out in me, like that shit was deep just right then and there. So we stayed in contact over the years. You know, I stayed in contact with his team. And his boy, G.I. Joe, that's my big homie right there. Like, we go back. You know, when he was first getting started with his rap career, like, you know, I would play his music and like support him and, you know, help him out, like get interviews and stuff like that. And I was DJing on air and I get a DM like, yo, bro, you available? We got this show in Denver with Nip.
This your boy.
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, G.I. Joe. He hit me in the DM. I'm like, word? I'm like, well, I'm spinning right now. I'm going to hit you when I'm done. He like, bet, come by the studio. Man, I went by the studio after I was done. He gave me all the details. Road manager hit me the next day. Bro, I left my job like I was on the plane and I was out of there.
I'm out of there. I'm out of there. I'm gone.
I was out of there, and I was just so thankful for the opportunity because like that just put me around like people that were from where I'm from. That's like has this impact on society. Yeah. You know, as a rap artist, you know, rap concerts are a lot different than EDM concerts, than house concerts I've attended, R&B concerts. Right. So you just learn how to navigate, and no matter what, Nip was like very professional. I remember times like he would be like the first person there at rehearsals, you know, like being there before shit, like the other people that's supposed to be there. That's wild. He liked doing stuff early in the morning though. I'm not a morning person by any means, so I would probably just stay up and thug it out. But you know, and then he had his team members around him. Shout out to Jade at the Marathon store. always tapped in with us when they had the opening. Like, yeah, man, come bring out the food trucks, because, you know, that's what I do as well. Right. I have a relationship with a lot of black food truck owners in LA. And he like, yeah, man, bring out all flavor, no grease. Right. We're doing this weekend. Bring out the truck. We need catering for this. And I have a relationship with his DJ VIP. That's the big homie too. And just being tapped in, and just he was that beacon of light that just like always like had that go mode. You know, of course there's things that you stumble upon, there's obstacles you come to in life, but like he was always like the go, like just always the go, and being intentional, but have a plan. Right. You know, it's one thing when an artist says, oh, new music dropping Friday, check out the link in my bio. But it's another thing when the artist has a press release, album listening session, the DJs get the DJ packets. There's visuals for it. There's merch to be sold with it. Like, he was very, very, very far advanced. Yeah, very intentional. And man, it was just, so those were things that I took away from him, and the motivation that he brought to me was just like being intentional, being very strategic. And man, you literally could have everything you need right in front of you. Like, that's where the term all money in comes in. Like, as a DJ, you know, I could book myself, obviously, well, I keep saying obviously, but have a manager, have somebody like put people around you that are excellent at what they do, and you learn from them. But like my big homie Gabe told me, you want to do as much as you can by yourself for as long as you can, so that way you have the knowledge. So when it's time for you to put somebody in position to do that for you,
you know their job too.
Come on, Jack. And it's a level of respect because you started at the bottom. I can't tell you like, oh, King, like, man, send out these email blasts for me, and I've never done it for myself.
There we go.
Because you're gonna look at me like, nigga, you don't even know what you talking about.
There we go.
So by doing a lot of things by myself and for myself, I understand that. So now when there's time to have things done, send W-9s and send writers and stuff, I know how to articulate like how it needs to be done, because I've done it.
I love it.
Because I've done it. But that just comes from having the experience of doing things by yourself, and then getting that knowledge and that know-how to put the right people to do that for you.
I love it.
And because as you can see, the legacy's still booming.
It's booming like it ain't never.
It's still
it never got altered.
Even more now. Check out Vector 90. Check out the things that are going on in our community, bro.
Right.
Like all of this stuff, fruition. Like when I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and I was all like, we were just trying to figure out what type of effect Nip's passing was going to have on the world. And I was like, man, that shit gonna have like the Jesus effect. Yeah. Think about it, bro. Jesus died forever ago, right? Yeah. To this day, we still talk about
Absolutely.
him. And so same thing with Nip. Just think about how many more people got inspired, how many more people talked about continuing the marathon, how many more people started businesses, how many more people just got put on to him. Right. How many more fans he gained, how many more people respected his legacy after his passing. You know what I mean? So I'm a firm believer everything happens for a reason, but like that shit was just kind of tough. But look at so many more things that have been done afterwards, you know. His passing. And it's just, you just gotta, you know, stay humble and keep it pushing, and just know what your marathon is. You know, a lot of people, they feel like continuing the marathon is starting a business. That could be the case, but if that's not your to me, continuing the marathon is like making sure you register to vote, making sure you showing up for jury duty and being active.
Well, damn.
How many times have you know, you might have had a
say that jury duty one again?
Man, you gotta
look at that camera right there. Let these niggas know. Hey, let these niggas know to go to jury duty, man. Because we be getting them summonses at the house. Man, we put them on the refrigerator, and we'll never go to that shit. Go to jury duty. Get out there. I want
12 people.
I go to jury duty all the time.
I go to jury duty, bro, but that's continuing the marathon. Yeah. You know, like, we need to see us in that juror box. We need to have our voice in these rooms.
Positions of power is what my man's saying. Place yourself in positions of power. Don't talk about you want change, but you're not putting yourself in position to actually make change. That's what my brother is saying.
We don't even go to the community meetings. We don't even go to the city council meetings. We don't even go to the meetings that predict our future.
That's right.
We'll be the first ones to jump up and talk about gentrification, but we had the opportunity to have our voice heard and be a part, literally be a part.
And we have the power. And guess what else we have? Black folks, we actually have the discipline as a people to do things as a collective. Yes, sir.
1000%.
Like, don't believe me? Look at them long ass lines at Popeyes.
I don't want to talk about Popeyes.
Huh? Long ass lines full of black folks, full of black and brown folks. But that just goes to show you what power we hold literally in our hands when we come together to put our money, to put our voices, to put our energy towards something. Take that same energy, those same lines, and go put it towards voting is what my brother's saying right now.
Man, big time. I got something even bigger than that.
Talk about it.
So I'm Greek. I'm a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Yo to the Noops.
Let me just say this before you go there. Okay. Because one dream of mine as a young black man, I always wanted to pledge for a fraternity. You understand what I'm saying? Be visuals. Like, but I didn't go to college. But I always saw that culture as like, yo, I really want to be a part of that.
Yeah, man.
Is there any applications for niggas that didn't go to college? Can we pay our way up in that motherfucker? Can we holler at somebody who probably up in there? Can we sign up somewhere? You know what I'm saying? Is it a website, nigga? Can we, you know what I'm saying? Nothing like that? No?
Definitely not.
Okay, well, shit. Keep going what you was doing. Go ahead, cool. Keep doing what you was doing.
There was a show that was pitched to the network, to VH1. I think Viacom had owned the rights at the time.
Okay.
Long story short, it's about sorority sisters.
Yep.
And I think only 2 episodes aired, and everybody in the Greek community was like offended by the content and what was shown about the Greek letter organizations. They went to Twitter. They lit up the sponsors, bro. Do you know they got a whole TV show removed?
Come on.
Do you know how hard? First off, do you know how hard it is?
Could imagine.
They already filmed the budget, the producers, bro, the production, everything that goes into a television show. To get a TV show pulled off the air because of how we feel.
Power. That's power.
Stop talking to me.
That's power.
We could do anything.
Absolutely.
We literally could do anything.
What's stopping us from doing anything?
Ourselves.
Okay. How so?
Oh, simple. We all think what we're doing is bigger than the program. It's not science.
Say it again.
We all think like what we're doing is bigger than the program. Well, I'm a DJ. I should go first. Oh, I have 100,000 followers. I need to go first. Well, I'm a single dad with 3 kids. I deserve this. No, bro, like it's a group effort. Teamwork make the dream work. If you do your role, if your role is to start the cameras, if your role is to start the lights, if your role is to make sure this shit work, if your role is to get the coffee, like everybody do their role, teamwork. Yeah. That's it. We get in our own way. Yeah. It's not rocket science. Yeah. It's none of that, bro. Is we just think what we're doing is bigger than the program.
What is that a testament to? How long?
Lack of discipline.
A lack of discipline. But because me, I'm a digger. So what's under the discipline? How long has this been happening? When did this start as a people? Because we seem to be the only people who have an issue with it, right? So I want to know, when did this start as a people to where we became a self-serving and self-loathing people, to where we don't care about the progress of the group. We care more so about the points we putting up, if we speaking in a sports term. When did that start for us? How can we combat something, for me, that's been around 400 years potentially? At what point do we start? Do we start to educate our grandparents? Shit, do we start to educate our parents? Because we have to, at some point, stop this learning cycle of toxicity, right? So we have to stop educating our kids on things that were educated to us, even though they were toxic, even though that form of learning doesn't work, even though that form of living doesn't work. We have to, at some point, stop the cycle. I feel like it's just spinning, and I feel like it's been spinning for hundreds of years. How do we stop that? Where did that start? What's that? You know what I'm saying? That's where my mind goes, right?
Because here's why I say that's deep. Because after slavery, there was a huge upbringing of black businesses, black communities, black banks, hospitals, hotels.
Black Wall Street booming.
Pretty much, right?
Yep.
I don't know when and where it start to separate. Because even if you look at old Soul Train videos from the 70s, right? Like you see the camaraderie, you see the love, you also see how lean we were as a people.
That's real.
You know, it was like a lot of products we put in our body was more pure.
We were loving on ourselves. We were happy. We were uplifting each other.
Everything was power to the people.
You
know, brother love, sister love. Like our families were bigger. So I don't know if drugs played into that. I don't know if money played into that.
Look at these big prisons taking the dad out the homes. These you know, the 3-strike law came out. Bill Clinton, the whole little nine. You know, war on drugs.
I just don't know when it happened because at the same time,
a lot of different angles.
At the same time, black people didn't stop getting money. You know, it's just a matter of what are we doing with our money.
With it? Yeah.
You know, like it's not like we're not getting employed. Now, some can argue we're not getting the same amount as our, you know, non-African American counterparts, which is true. Very true. Or even for our women, they're not getting paid what they deserve, right? That's just going to be an ongoing battle, and there's a lot of organizations out there doing what they do to fight that, but it's just hard to like pinpoint what point in time did that start, because I don't know, bro. Like that's a tough question.
It's disheartening, man. I hate to see it as a people. I really, really do. It hurts my heart.
But we just gotta do our part.
That's right.
And just hold ourselves accountable, hold our circle accountable. And if we do that, we'll be all right.
Absolutely.
Like we definitely will. I think, man, it's tough to say, bro, because like I feel like we're moving forward. We're still breaking down a lot of doors and a lot of like the first African American to do this and do that. Like it's still a lot of firsts, bro. Segregation ended like what, 1965, 55? Yes, come on, bro. I was born in 86.
Come on.
Segregation we talking about.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, man. But I will say this, and this is from me to anybody that's listening. If you take race out of the equation, you take gender out of the equation.
Yes, sir.
You do what you're supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
You don't get sidetracked by those things. Like when things go left, I rarely say it's because I'm black.
There we go.
You know, like I rarely say because I'm a male. You know, I like, but that's how I live though. That's my point of view. That's my lens. You know, I'm from Los Angeles. Like we grew up in a melting pot. Yeah. I had white friends. I had Mexican friends, Latino friends. You know, Westchester. I went to Westchester High School. Yeah. When I got there, African Americans, we were the minority. By the time I graduated, we were the majority. And then I go out to a black college in Virginia though.
Come on.
So I'm still, you know, getting all these experiences, but I'm a very optimistic person, and the last thing I'm going to say is like, oh, this happened to me because I'm black. This happened to me because
I feel like that's an easy cop out. It's an easy cop out to say that for me.
I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but like, course, but to rely on that, like,
and we both, I'm sure we both mutually know people who use that for everything. Yeah, it's like, you know what I'm saying?
And like, oh, the system, like, no, bro, you broke the law.
That part.
Like you did, like even when people do hashtags free such and such, free this person, free that person, like I don't do that. I don't participate in that, especially if I know like that person did whatever they went to jail for. Like, nah, bro, you did that shit. I'll see you when you get out.
Yeah, sit your ass in there.
I'll tap in.
Right.
You know, it's no love lost, but I don't judge you. Facts. I'm still gonna have that love for you. Like when you get out, or like if family need, you know, I'm gonna step up and do what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like we gotta be accountable. Like at what point do we hold ourselves accountable? You know, oh, I can't get a job because of X, Y, and Z. Well, go start your own. Go
start your own shit up.
Or go work for a company that hire felons.
Right.
There's plenty of programs out here, but we don't have the discipline to go and find those programs, or those programs aren't as available to us, but we're not looking for them either. We just at home with the homies, you know, rolling up, smoking the backwoods.
Right. Facts.
And complaining.
Absolutely. So have you ever had, I'm sure you have, but I want to dive into it. Have you had a scenario with you being a DJ, and you've been a full-time DJ, you mentioned, for now 2 years?
3.
But throughout 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've had moments in this journey to where you didn't have the equipment that you probably have now. Because I hear a lot of people complaining about, well, I want to do this, but I don't have this in order to get started. How important is it to just get started, right? Do you have the type of mindset to where what you need is going to come along the journey, or you feel like I have to have it all together before I move forward? What do you say to those people?
Stop making excuses.
There we go.
Stop getting in your own way. I still practice on the turntables I bought from somebody off of Craigslist. I practice with those. They're lower tier, but they work.
Right.
They serve their purpose. As far as like having everything together, I'm not going to say you're never going to have anything together, but get as much as you can and then work towards that.
Right.
Because it's a lot of marketing things that I want for my business as a DJ, but I haven't got the money to buy it yet, but I'm not making an excuse. Like, I'm going to work harder. Okay, I got paid $500. Let me put away 30% for rent.
Right.
Let me put 10% away from myself so I could go to, go out to eat. Let me put this percentage away for bills. Let me put this percentage away from my savings. Let me put this percentage in the tithes, and do that every time. But the whole equipment thing, people, it took me some years before I even bought speakers, and then I did one big gig, and all the money I made for that weekend, I just went and ran and bought speakers.
Love it.
But if you have the right people around you, there we go. The tools you need, they'll be accessible to you. Gotcha. The equipment pieces that you want, gotcha. They'll be around. Like a lot of DJs, like to this day, I might hit up Artistic, bro. Let me get the turntables this weekend. Right. Or I might hit up my boy, hey, Space Jam, James, can you go set up for me? But yeah, all that is just excuses, bro. I agree. I don't be trying to hear that shit.
I agree. I
don't sit there with the straight face in the back of my head. I'm like, come on, bro. Yeah. Like, it's just too many resources out here. Like, we got Amazon, bro.
That part.
You got Amazon. This shit gonna be at your house tomorrow.
That's real. Order that thing.
Tomorrow. Yeah. You order it now, they entice you. That shit's gonna be there.
That part.
3 p.m.
That part.
I don't want to hear it.
Come on.
Yeah. And it's not like if I could do it, you could do it, bro. How bad do you want this?
Yeah, I've had people.
How bad do you want your dream?
Real.
How bad do you want your dream?
Touch on that.
Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to sacrifice? Who are you going to put around you? What are you going to, what standards are you going to hold yourself to? Like, what are you going to do? It's about you. This is your life. This is literally your life, bro. Yeah, like,
you're in full control. You're the author.
Come on, man. You're the author. You're the producer. You're the director. You're the screenwriter. Right. You're the grip. You're the actor.
That's right.
You the craft services guy.
That's right.
You the fire marshal, making sure is the walkway clear on set. Part. This is your life. This is your time. Make that shit count.
That's right.
You know how many people are dead, bro?
Come on, I think about it daily.
Come on, bro.
My dad passed I think about it every day.
In 2012, bro.
It's so much to do.
You know how many times people they be like, oh, I don't talk to my mom. I don't talk to my dad. What?
That's crazy.
Are you what, nigga?
Crazy.
What? Crazy. Our parents are getting old. We getting older.
Yeah.
And we don't have time for that, bro. It's our mission is too fragile right now to be not focused and honed in with the bond with family to excel you to the next level. The last thing you need is problems at home. Yeah. The last thing you need is problems in a relationship. Right. The last thing you need is beef with siblings. The last thing you need,
anything that's gonna take you away from you focusing on the mission.
Yeah, bro. All that shit is obsolete.
Yeah.
But you talking to somebody with a small family, but those are things and those are qualities that add to my success.
There we go.
Because guess what? My mom sacrificed. That shit was bigger than her. It was about my dream. I've traveled to places. I've DJed in places my mom only heard about. But I wouldn't have been able to do that without her sacrifices. Yeah. Without the sacrifices my family made picking me up from school. Right. Making sure I had money in my pocket when I was in college. Without having people looking out for me to be able to be in the position. It goes back to what we were saying, bro. Like, nobody's bigger than the program.
Facts.
Like, so now it's my turn to do the same thing. Take my mom and show her different things.
There we go.
Take my little cousin that's in college and give him some advice
That's
that
right.
I wish somebody gave me, and
That's
different things like that. Like, it's, what are you going to do? Like, this is your life. This is your family. No, we didn't get to pick them, but make the best out of the cards that you was dealt, bro.
There we go.
Today, not tomorrow. Oh, that's another thing, bro. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions.
Come on.
I don't need the date to change for me to do something I could do today.
You could do that today.
That's OUT.
Come on.
That's OUT.
Come on.
Like, what?
Yeah.
I got two.
I'm waiting for January 1st to set these goals, nigga.
All right, cuz you keep waiting.
Huh? They say they waiting a month and a half to set these goals for next year.
I start my diet on Monday. Nah, man, start
that
today.
shit
Start
right now. Start right now.
What are we waiting for?
Yeah, what you waiting on?
As long as you got, bro, listen, I could do anything I want to in the world as long as I got Wi-Fi and a phone charger.
That part.
It's nothing to talk about.
That part.
I really don't even need my laptop.
That part. Yeah.
So anything that just comes along is excuses. Anything is just getting in our way. We talk ourselves out of stuff.
Come on.
Like, about to go toe up. You know how many guys talk themselves out of situations with young ladies?
Come on.
So imagine what we do internally to pursue our dreams.
Come on.
We talk ourselves out. We tell ourselves no. How many times have you gone to the club with your homies and y'all didn't pay to get in, but you just said, we just gonna try.
That part.
And you tried versus like,
That's
y'all
fucking
got
real.
you got the group text like,
That's
man,
real.
we going out tonight. Nah, I ain't going. I ain't got no
That's real.
dough. What if somebody
you ain't
taking
even tried,
care- you ain't
big
even
dog?
tried.
You could have seen DJ Lee double Lee, man, the
Come
motherfucker
on.
Lee up in this motherfucker.
Right.
B Visuals probably was up in there. Huh?
Enjoying themselves, having a good time. But because you told yourself no.
Yes, sir.
Now what? You
That
at
part.
home.
That part. That's so crazy.
Watching
man.
Basic Cable with
That's
Mabel.
crazy. That's crazy. That's real though.
Stop playing,
That's
man.
real. I gotta ask you one more question, and it's so funny. I'm sitting here listening to you think, listening to you talk, and I'm thinking to myself, I think you're the first guest that we've had on here to where I honestly feel like I don't need to do much talking. I feel like a complete student while you talking. Bro, I'm in full sponge mode. Like, I'm taking it all in, and I oftentimes find myself with me being a speaker and an influencer and somebody who's always in front of the camera and on stage and someone who's putting together curriculums for people and listening to people and holding consultations for people and presenting workshops and helping people get through things. I oftentimes find myself learning while I'm giving advice. In this scenario, I find myself just straight up like, bro, I'm just in sponge mode. And this is a testament as to why we even started this podcast. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like this and I'm doing things within my purpose, imagine how people are going to feel when they tune into this episode who have no idea what their purpose is, or they have an idea what it is, but they haven't been trusting it. And they get these pieces of advice that you shooting. So for me, I say thank you for not only myself, but on behalf of everybody who's going to tune into this, your transparency, your authenticity, your generosity, your empathy, it shows while you talk.
Thank you, bro.
Your gratitude, your spirit is straight humble. I love it, bro. I absolutely love it. And I know that you're here for an absolute reason. I have to ask this question, though, before you leave. I've been dealing with what I've been calling B Visuals. Simone, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've been telling the people it's a new season. Huh? I've been telling the people it's a new season right now, which means that King Q is moving different. Yeah, King Q is saying no to things he don't usually say no to. King Q is very focused on what it is that he wants, and he's ready and willing to make the hard decisions that he hasn't been willing to make within the past few years. And what I mean by that is losing very, 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 very close friends, potentially, according to what I know my worth is.
It's okay.
As a speaker, as an influencer, people, as an event producer, as a host, people constantly want to ask for my services, but ask for it at a discounted rate to the point to where it's insulting. How do you, I know you've dealt with it. You a DJ.
Yeah.
How have you, and you've had different price points along your journey. You haven't had the same price point for 9 years.
Definitely not.
How have you been able to transition and to go and to level up and to use your experience as leverage in order to say, look, that's not what I get paid no more. This is what it is. Don't matter how close we are. How have you been combating that with friends and family members?
Man, the work speaks for itself. So what, it's tough. It's really, really tough, because what happens is when you do get to a certain point where you are getting booked by Afrotech, Budweiser, Lyft, Banana Republic, these are all actual clients I have. Like, I got invoices to prove it, right? HBO, when you have clients like that and people see the work that you're doing, they gotta respect it.
They have to.
So
they come at you different.
Right. True enough. But what happens is by doing those things, there's other sectors around those events, those type of people that are attached to that and that come with that. What I'm saying is like-minded people know like-minded people. So don't be discouraged. Use that as fuel, you know, and people really don't understand. A lot of times some stuff is really not what it looks like. It's really a look, but it's for you to make that sacrifice and that play as a professional and what you do to get you to that next level. Perfect example. If I get a phone call, hey, L Double, we need you on set for 5 hours, right? But I might get like 300, 400 for 5 hours. I might just be standing on set and then it ends up being an 8-hour day, right? But I'm on TV for like 30 seconds. Well, now I could charge the next person $400 an hour, $500 an hour, right?
Love it.
So what happens is, though, on the back end, when people see you do certain events like that, they're afraid to approach you because they feel like they can't afford you.
There we go.
And so you have to continuously remind people and remind them like, hey, I do birthdays. I do, you know, weddings. I do, you know, things that aren't as big, because at the same time, what I say earlier, it's about the music. It's not about me.
There we go.
So I don't get offended because I really had to understand the fact that people really don't know any better. And oftentimes people don't book DJs a lot. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've had a conversation. My manager had a conversation with somebody that was like, they've never had to book a DJ before, but they heard me and they want to book me. How do they go about it? You know, and then that's just where the negotiation skills come in, right, and the professionalism and finding a way to tell someone no, but still offer them a solution. They'll respect you a lot more and they'll remember you a lot more.
There we go.
So if somebody say, L Double, you know, the budget is X, Y, and Z, I'll say, well, this is what I can do for that budget. You know, they could say, total example, they could say, we got $500 for 5 hours, but you got to bring equipment. I'll say, what type of event it is, how many people are going to be there, because now I'm trying to calculate,
of course,
the chances of me getting booked again. Do they normally throw events? Am I going to be their first call? And am I going to be a preferred vendor? Yep. What are the other people that are going to be there? Are there going to be people in the music industry, event planners?
There we go.
Diversity and inclusion coordinators. Who's going to be in the room?
Yeah.
To make it worth my while.
Absolutely.
You know, because sometimes you might just catch me on a good day. I'm like, man, it's going to be X, Y, and Z there, and this is going to take place. I'm going to be in front of like 5,000 people. Okay, yeah, I could do it for this rate. Gotcha. You know, but that's just what happens. You just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
I know it sounds redundant, but like
it's the truth.
That's really all it is.
That's
like,
all it is.
It's nothing more. Like, don't think nothing more of it. Don't dig deeper into it, because it'll keep you up at night. It has kept me up at night. How family members get married and they don't reach out to me to DJ. How friends have events or throw events or sponsor events, or how friends and homies work for big companies and they don't call you to DJ a holiday party or whatever event they have. Like, these are people, they might not be necessarily in position to hire you, but they know somebody in the company that handles that, but they don't call you. But they know your worth and they know your work. Right. You know, now imagine feeling that. But there's better blessings that come along, and it's 10 times better than what I thought. And you know what that season is that we're in right now?
Yes, sir.
Season of harvest, bro.
It's harvest season. Motherfuckers, I told y'all I felt something. Stop playing with me. It's harvest season. It's harvest season. Come on now.
Come on.
I've been feeling it, bro. I've been feeling it.
That's all it is, man. Just have your arms open and man, and just receive it. Don't get in the way of nothing. Don't overdo nothing. Don't overthink nothing. Stay humble. Stay true to yourself, cause it's gonna flourish for you.
Yes, sir.
And it's gonna happen. And guess what's gonna come? The overflow. And it's not, you know what? I take that back. It's not even overflow. It's what you're over. It's like what's past due.
That's what you do.
Yeah. And you just all like, yeah, all right. And you just keep walking, just collecting and collecting. But as you walking and you collecting, you blessing other people too.
That's right.
When I get the call, everybody that was down, hey, artistic, like, can you help me out with this? Like, he getting some bread.
Love it.
Hey, photographer homie, like, I got this event. I'm putting
everybody
you on.
Who invested.
Because I remember when I was doing events and I tried to figure out who was I gonna have shoot. You know, I needed the content. Who was going to be my photographer? Who was going to be my videographer?
Facts.
Now we got a whole budget.
Big time.
For all of that. Yeah, everybody humming. Mm-hmm. But you got to understand, you just got to be patient. But it's hard telling people to be patient when
they got bills racking
when
up
they count zero.
Yeah, exactly.
When they count zero, when it's a negative and you trying to impress a young lady or you trying to impress a young man or you trying to provide for your family, it's hard to tell people to be patient. But if you could just hold fast and just wait it out, because the season of harvest is gonna come. Like, this is what has to happen.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what people's faith is, but like in the Bible, when it rains and you plant seeds, like, shit grow.
It has to.
That's the only way our system works. Our ecosystem works that way. If I invest in you and I watch you, I'll help you plant your seed. I'll help you grow.
That's right.
You gonna blossom.
Absolutely.
It's gonna happen.
100%.
Now, what you do after you blossom, hey, that's on you, Jack.
But you gonna blossom.
You gonna blossom.
That's
but
right.
if you blossom and all the other people around you are blossoming and flourishing, guess what? It goes back to what we talked about earlier. Being where you're supposed to be at the right time.
Yes, sir.
You know, being around like-minded people and,
That's right.
and just being in your season.
Holding each other accountable as well is huge too for your circle.
Discipline.
Yeah.
And having fun, man. I'm the fun guy, but I don't like going out.
Come on, Kawhi. Huh? Come on, Kawhi.
Like, I'd rather us be like, yeah, bro, we about to go to Mexico. We about to go to Costa Rica. Like, I don't drink, so me spending money on alcohol and bottle, like, dude, we don't need that.
I saw you with 15 of the homies in Bangkok.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, sir. Come on, I do my research, bro.
Yeah.
Come on. I do my research, big dog.
Yeah.
I do my research.
Yeah.
I said, look at the homies out here. But it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, man.
This has been an experience. This has been a blessing. It's been a treat to have you here, bro.
Man, I'm just glad to share the wealth, man.
I appreciate
Teamwork
you.
Make the dream
Come
work,
on
Jack.
now. And we here. And I love it when I connect with somebody who I've been having a feel for in the community. We've been seeing each other in passing, but to sit and learn from each other, to drop gems, to inspire the people together, which is
that's why we here, bro.
That's what it's all about. To plant those seeds within the people. That's all we've been doing, basically, right? This whole episode. It's beautiful to be able to do that with a like mind. What another, gotta be frank, what another young black man with a head on his shoulders, with clear direction in terms of where he's going. It's an honor. I feel like I'm looking in the mirror when I hear you speak. That's why it's very easy.
Man,
it's so easy for me to be able to be quiet and to learn because I feel like I'm just like watching myself. So it's been humbling. My main man, L Double in the building. L Double. Before we end out every single episode with the Unselfish Behavior Podcast, we have our guests look at this camera right here.
Yeah.
And you end out with what we call an unselfish message from my main man, L Double.
Ooh.
Basically, an unselfish message is the message that you want to end the episode off with. The lasting thing that you want to allow the listeners and the viewers to remember from everything from this episode, or just the lasting message that you want them to remember that's associated with you.
Man, unselfish message. Believe in you. Just believe in you. Stay the course. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't let your ego get in the way. Don't be afraid to use contacts, save contacts, and ask for help and offer services, you know, even if you're not getting paid, and just network and make it happen. Because when that time come and everybody come together and they doing what they supposed to be doing in life, like it's gonna be a blessing unto you. So I'll just say, man, stay down with that generational wealth and believe in you. You go a long way, Jack. Believe that.
But my man Jack, believe that. You know what I'm saying? It was again an honor, my main man.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Thank you for coming, bro.
I love what you're doing, man. We need more like you,
Thank
like
you.
for real, man.
Thank you,
whatever I could do to help, you know, push this message and see you, you know, do what you're supposed to do. Like, bro, it's well received, I'm a text message away, bro.
Well received. Like, I appreciate that,
straight
bro.
up,
and that's vice versa. You got to know that. You got to know that. That's vice versa. Reciprocity is everything for me.
Hey,
you
man,
give, I give.
Like
we grow together. Boom, boom, boom.
Teamwork make the dream work,
Make the dream work, baby, and we here. So that's the Unselfish Behavior Podcast. We always got to shout out my main man, B Visuals. You already know.
Yeah, Jack, we appreciate you, man, setting it all up.
This is literally
making me look good under this lighting.
Production. You got to understand that. The people got to understand that, right?
Yeah.
So that's my brother, B Visuals. We always got to shout him out before the episode ends. And you already know, until next time, keep tuning in. We only getting bigger. We only getting better.
Bigger, man.
Y'all got to understand.
We got a one-way ticket to the top.
Come on, that part.
Yeah.
That part.
Believe that.
And we out.
Yeah, West Coast.
Yeah.